Good evening. This is the 6C class from Pdi 전주인후 campus. Tonight's discussion is whether or not it is good to be famous from childhood. This argument is taken from the What Do You Think 2 book, and these 7 gentlemen here have done a great job in the past couple of weeks. So, on the starting block, David, is it good to be famous from childhood?
There are many child actors and young idols in movies, dramas, and idols these days. Such people become famous and interested from an early age. Is it really good to be famous from an early age? I don't think so. The first reason is hard schedule. It is not easy for a young person to digest the schedule that even adults can't handle. Having a hard schedule can make their health worse, and it can be difficult to concentrate on your studies, and it will be quite stressful. Second, it is not free. It's hard to spend your time freely because of a tight schedule. Also, they should always be careful because even a single mistake can be criticized by the media and many people. Third, they can take the wrong path. Growing up under a lot of stress from an early age can do bad things to relieve the stress. Let's look at the bad example of someone who's been famous since he was a kid. Let's take a look at the case of Macaulay Culkin, who is famous for main character in the movie Home Alone. He was the center of public attention. The public interest was more stressful than the positive part of life. So he struggled with drugs and alcohol, even Roast Hammer of Danny Thomas Show commit suicide. For this example, I think it's not good to be famous from an early age. Thank you.
A very good argument, and you used some great examples, some tragic examples. So next up, Kevin, is it good to be famous from childhood?
Is it good to be famous from childhood? Yes, I think so. And now I will talk about the youngsters' freedom and their hard work. First, let's look about the freedom. Some people who oppose say youngsters don't have their freedom. They have to digest the busy schedule, don't have a free time, always have to act with prudence, and they have to overcome the criticisms. They can say that, but actually, it is wrong. Let's think about the businessmen. Most of them have a busy schedule. They attend the office at early morning, work hard, and finish it at night. It's their job or live their life. It's same to youngsters like singer or actor. Only one thing that different is youngsters are just a little young. It's their choice and it is their job. They have to overcome it. Next, do youngsters have no free time? No, exactly, they don't have free time only during the work. It is a feature of their job. On their group's comeback period or their filming period, they have to focus on those. These are their responsibility. After their boy or girl group activity, and after their filming period, they have their own free time. We can notice it through many youngsters' social network service. They go trip, meet friends, and also just take a rest in their home. They have a hard schedule and they work hard, but everyone work hard on their job and it is their choice. They need to enjoy and overcome it with responsibility. So, I think the childhood stars, hard schedule and work do not hurt them, and I agree with being famous at early age is a good thing. Thank you.
You make a great argument about show business being a profession, and it is a job just like any other, and there are stresses in every job and things to enjoy about show business. On the con side, Andrew, what do you think?
There have been a number of stars who became famous when they were young. While fame makes people money and popular, it also makes them stressed. We often see these stars meet some bad situations. Many child stars work to earn money. They should study as well as work, so they would feel exhausted. It will make them unhappy, causing depression that could lead them to suicide. They would meet many people who can have a bad effect on them. There are many people who dislike stars. They would write some bad comments about them. They would cause stars to become depressed and they may consider death. As children are more emotional, they can be more easily hurt than adults can. If young stars get famous too soon, it could lead to unfortunate things. Fame could harm stars' mental health. Fame at a young age can cause terrible effects.
Absolutely. It wasn't that long ago in the K-pop world that we lost a pretty tragic figure. Sad story. So good argument. Thank you. On the pro side, Danny.
There are some reasons why it is good to get fame in youth. First, child stars can be experienced stars. The experience of acting during childhood is the best acting class. This will be a tremendous asset for a successful performer. For example, the actors An Sung-gi and Yoo Sung-woo are regarded as good actors who gained fame early in life. Next, the child stars can receive attention than others. It can be advantage or penalty, but many successful stars make it advantage. LeBron James, a super basketball player, is a good example. He got a lot of attention when he was in high school. He could not avoid attention. Rather, he enjoyed it and called himself King James. Finally, he made it his advantage and he became a successful superstar. The reason child stars can receive attention easily is that movies and TV dramas did not only roles of children, not actors, but also voice actors and singers, and they can lead people to feeling good. They may act in cute roles and people will think they are cute and lovely, or they act mature roles. They are easily regarded as good actors.
Absolutely. Like any other profession, you work with what you have, and it's yours to do good things or bad things. Okay, next up, on the con side, we have Leo.
Being famous at early age is bad. If you become famous at early age, your privacy is outside almost impossible. There will be people who will recognize you everywhere, and you will have to live up to the eyes and expectations of people in spite of his own fancy. Some celebrities are good at using their interest and enjoying their lives, while others are addicted to drugs and spend their money on things that are vain. Because of the nature of show business, child actors are exposed to drugs, alcohol, and sex at early age. Lindsay Lohan and Edward Furlong are examples. As you become famous, so do the pressures on you. Celebrities must be perfect, and it will be hard to bear the pressures at early age.
Absolutely. It's like we put celebrities under a microscope and we watch every move. And again, you're using tragic examples. Thank you. Okay, on the pro side, John.
Today, many people have smartphones, televisions, and other devices that allow us to view media easily. Therefore, the number of celebrity has increased, and many young people get famous at an early age. Because it is normal for young people to get fame, there is no reason to debate about it. I'll tell you some reasons why. First, they make visual industry more exciting. This industry needs young people. They are essential to keep industry growing. Second, young people who become famous will create more jobs because children need more people to support them than grown-ups do. If there are no children in the visual industry, their country's economy could suffer. Last, they could do what they want to do. If they are suffering because of other people's interest, they could just take a rest. Then people who give child stars their interest would forget them, and the child stars won't get suffer easily. Also, people who get fame at older age have same problems as those who become famous at an early age. Because of these reasons, fame at an early age isn't a bad thing.
Absolutely. It's a vital part of many economies. And you use great examples of the good things. So finally, to wrap it up, our host, Michael.
We are divided into pros and cons of being a star at a young age and listen to each opinion and reasons. I will add my opinion to the pros and cons and conclude. Let's summarize the opposition first. David said early access to the adult culture can lead to the long past, citing Macaulay Culkin. Andrew said the damage of malicious comments that child star can't handle at a young age. Finally, Leo said child stars have no personal privacy. I am very sympathetic to the Andrew's argument. The malicious comments about idol posted on internet article and YouTube are very offensive and disgraceful, even if they are not the person directly involved or fans. On the YouTube, some fans shoots an idol who he or she like and puts it on YouTube, which is called Gcam. If you see the Gcam, you can see the singer carefully, so you can see the singer's performance better, but you can also see her figure. Therefore, if you look at the comments on the video, you can often find sexual harassment comments. Now, let's summarize the arguments. Kevin cited IU, who became famous when she was young and became an adult. Then he talked about the advantage of childhood experience, and John talked about the importance of young stars in the visual media industry. I agree with Danny that experience is very important for a singer or an actor. If you succeed as a kid in visual style but lack ability, popularity decreases over time. Especially actors face this phenomenon more. However, it will be great advantage to run with senior actors when you're young. For example, there are Yoo Seung-woo and Park Shin-hye in Korea, and in Hollywood there are Leonardo DiCaprio and Natalie Portman. This concludes the discussion.
That is a great objective summary of a very, very difficult argument. Guys, thank you. You did great.
Thank you.